Hello and welcome to another edition of Workforce Watercooler. I'm Leslie, and joining me today is a very special guest, Mr. Matt Bacon. Matt Bacon, what is your official title? It's a long one. I don't want to mess it up.
Yep, so Director of Secondary and Post-Secondary Programming with the South Central Workforce Development Board.
Yes, so very long title. I knew I would not get it right. So Matt is our secondary and post-secondary guru. He works with students constantly. He helps connect them with careers. And today you're at a very special event. Where are you and what's going on there?
Yep, so today we did the Barren County High School signing day. It's where we had 142 students come through who have either signed with the military, signed with a college for academic reasons, or signed with the workforce. Athletics has their own day, their own signing day. So we thought it was good to spotlight those outside of athletics and their accomplishments.
Absolutely. So you had a number of students sign to go into the workforce. What do you have any specifics? I know you may not be able to give student names, but what did that look like?
Yep. So we have students who are signed up to go to lineman school, students who are signed up to go on to TJ here in Barren County, TJ Sampson. Mm-hmm. And with those employment opportunities, a lot of them came along with scholarships to attend school while they're working. So we had Sky CTC on hand, we had WKU on hand, Murray State, Kentucky, Louisville. So representation from all across the state. Businesses were mainly around Glasgow, Barren County, Bowling Green, and Warren County. And of course, we had the armed services here, the Marines, the Air Force, and the Army. We had 6 individuals sign up for the branches who are going to be leaving soon.
That is awesome. I just have to say the whole students signing to go into the workforce, or signing to start training to go into the workforce, that's something pretty new for these kinds of events.
Yes, and I think it gets those students and parents who may not typically be out at those athletic banquets every year. So there's a lot of proud parents in the crowd. Parents went up and stood behind their student while their student signed their letter of intent to go into the workforce or to go into training for the workforce.
To me, that's awesome. And this kind of thing is so deserving of recognition. And we don't normally see that. So the fact that Barren County is acknowledging these students right alongside with students going into college. There is no wrong choice. It's whatever choice is best for that student. And with the challenges that we're having right now in the workforce, you go to restaurants and they don't have enough servers. Anything we can do to show youth, hey, going into the workforce is awesome, and you should be applauded for wanting to do that. And a lot of these students are heading toward very lucrative careers.
Yes, so some of the students we saw today, they're going into careers. They're going to pay $45,000, $55,000 their first year out of high school. And then once they're through that program, that training program, that's in a couple of years, they're going to be up to $75,000, $85,000 with really no college experience. Some post-secondary experience and training, but no degree to get them there. So I think that's a point of pride that was showcased in front of all the other students who were in attendance today. You mentioned the workforce. There's something to be said about those students who are dedicated to going and doing something right away. And I think that's another point of pride for a lot of them and their parents today in front of their peers. And maybe a good example for those students who are going to be leaving here next year, to say that, hey, there's nothing to be ashamed of going straight into the workforce. there are good opportunities to have even without a degree.
Absolutely. And I mean, the whole being in the $70,000 range in a very short amount of time, that's crazy. I mean, in a good way. That that is pretty impressive. I remember, and this was 100 years ago because I'm about 100. When I graduated from Western and started teaching, my first year of teaching, I remember I made like 26,000, if I'm not mistaken, plus all the debt from going to school.
Yes, yeah. My first years out of the military, I made about $24,000 a year, and it took me several years to get up even in the $40,000 a year range. So these students really have a leg up. They're on a fast track to good careers.
Well, it sounds like it was a wonderful event. It makes me happy. I'm from Barren County, grew up in Cave City, Kentucky, so I'm happy to see Barren County acknowledging, all of these students. All of these students are taking steps for their future, and I think it's wonderful that they're recognizing students going into the workforce. So great
Yes.
day. Great day.
Yes.
Joining Matt Bacon, we have Bethany Smith from Barren County Schools. Bethany, what is your official role at Barren County?
I'm the post-secondary transition coach, so helping students transition out of high school into the real world.
All right, and you all have had a busy morning. What all has been going on there?
Well, this morning we recognized all of our students signing to go to college and all of the students signing to go full-time into the workforce and all of our students enlisting in the military.
Awesome. So as far as students entering the workforce, and we applaud all students' decisions. They're all taking very important steps toward their future, whether it be college, military. As a workforce board, we are particularly interested in those going into the workforce. So what are you starting to see with students in the workforce that maybe hasn't happened in the past?
Mostly is that the workforce is desperately needing people, so they're hiring people at a much higher wage, and college is not necessarily needed, of course, for all careers and careers that we really have a high demand in right now. We do have an area technology center here on campus, so a lot of our students have received some certificates like diesel mechanic, and so those jobs are paying very, very well. A couple of our students have received the auto technician certificate while in high school. Again, those jobs are paying, $19 to $30 an hour.
Right.
And then we also had a student today sign with Skyfame. And so he's going to be working with Sumitomo. So he has an electrical background, but he'll go to Skyfame or Sky CTC. Sumitomo will pay for his college. And then also they're starting him at $19 an hour. And then I also noticed just some students that are going into the agriculture field. Of course, that is big here in Barren County and is not necessarily something that you need college for, but we need a lot of hands on deck to make those things happen. We think about the Kentucky Derby horses and what all goes into making a horse competitive. I mean, that is agriculture at its finest right now. So I did have a student sign with Spencer Benedict Stables, and they take care of Tennessee walking horses, which is not the same, but still, horses are big here in Kentucky, and we need to promote that agriculture big time.
Absolutely. Matt, what observations do you have from today's event at Barren County?
I think the biggest observation is even out of maybe a smaller school from Barren County where there's not a whole lot of population, about an average population for Kentucky. You have so many students who are already deciding at 17 and 18, this is what I want to do. So you've got to think we had probably more than 50 students sign with colleges and universities today in Sky CTC. We had 5 or 6 signed for military. And then the rest of those 140 2 today were going on to the workforce. So I think just the participation, I guess, in adult type things is the big takeaway from the day.
Well, and students, I feel like, and it speaks volumes, Bethany, to what you and your team are doing. I feel like students have a much better perspective on what's out there. I think back to myself when I was 17. Oh my goodness. The opportunity for some of these students, it's incredible. And when you're talking especially about students who are entering the workforce, but they're also getting their education paid for, I mean, there are tremendous opportunities out there. Just as you mentioned, employers need employees, and they need employees that are trained, that are ready to work. And by using those skills that they've learned while in high school, plus developing further skills, I mean, these kids are set.
Yeah, and I think a lot of it is really just educating the students on some short-term educational opportunities, like the CDL program, like CNAs, like being a phlebotomist. Those certificate programs that are short-term right after college, but then gets them into the workforce pretty quickly. I think that's been key for us, is having Matt Bacon come in to our school about once a week or every other week to talk to students about those opportunities and help students with their resumes, their letters of recommendation, helping them gather those, helping them apply to school, or not schools, helping them to apply to jobs, and helping them realize all that's out there in South Central Kentucky. We do have a large population of jobs available, and helping kids connect into industry, of course, is really needed right now. So I think that's just really key, is that communication is open between the Workforce Board and the school, and employers with the Workforce Board. And so we're all on the same page. And I think that hasn't been happening for many years in many schools across our districts.
Well, amazing work on both of your behalf, and I know you have other team members as well there at Barren County that are doing so much. But I mean, this is just a great day. It's a great day for Barren County, and very encouraging for the future of workforce. So both of you all, deserve to kick back the rest of the day, because this is a day that you've been working toward for a long time, and I know it definitely is giving you some feels for seeing it come to fruition. So I'm excited to see what happens next for these students. Good work.
Me too. Thank you so much.
All right. Thanks so much for joining us. We appreciate your insight and all your hard work, and hats off to Barren County.
Thank you.
All right. See you guys.
See ya. Bye.